As the year draws to an end, you could be vegging out on the couch, playing video games, and procrastinating, or you could make it a plan to get off the couch and get into motion so you can end the year in the best way possible. As the year draws to an end, you could be gorging yourself on all that Halloween candy, that yummy Thanksgiving food that has just manifested itself on our tables a few days ago. And take every opportunity to stuff some delicious Christmas candy in your face. And to my German friends, let's not forget about that so delicious Glühwein to top things off. Or you could practice eating mindfully, except for the 2 or 3 days when you take a break with your family for the holidays. You could maybe even use the last days of the year to fast, to give your digestive system a break, and to prepare your physical health to be in an optimal condition to transition into the new year. As the year draws to an end, you could be blaming other people for the lack of success and opportunities you had this year while scrolling through your Instagram feed, not even remembering what you looked at 30 minutes ago. Yes, you could blame your partner, your boss, your teachers for all the things that were driving you nuts and you didn't get accomplished. Or you could use the last 30 days of this year to lay the foundation to hit the ground running next year and make it your best year yet. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, I had an epiphany I wanted to share with you. And before we get into things, I have one quick favor to ask. Now, you and I know Google is very smart. And Google has told me you have watched but not subscribed. Here's exactly what Google said. Google said 87% of watch time has come from good people who have not subscribed. So, I just have one small favor to ask before the year's out. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, as this will allow me to share future thoughts with you, get your feedback, and improve together. Thank you. So where was I? Epiphany. Have you guys ever heard of yo-yo dieting? If not, look it up. It's basically the concept of dieting, losing weight, hitting your goal, but then gorging yourself again to gain back all the weight that you've lost. And the worst thing is, the cycle repeats. I think this yo-yo concept thing is sneaky and can really transcend in a lot of areas in life. But let me start at the beginning. I had just finished Sober October. I felt pretty good. I dropped another 3 to 4 pounds and thought to myself, I can finally eat what I want again. I can drink what I want again. And yes, Glühwein and Feuerzangenbowle, it is, my German friends. There will be no restraints as I'm going to enjoy the heck out of the end of this year. And this goes on in the back of my head as I'm doing my morning routine and going on my morning walk. Yes, I had very happy thoughts going through my mind and dopamine started rushing through my brain thinking about the delicious treats. And then I thought, am I one of those yo-yo guys? I was like, wait a minute. If I want to hit the ground running next year and continue to do my best work, why would I sabotage myself? I started intermittent fasting about a year ago, and I've lost a little bit more than 20 pounds so far. I saw another nice drop in my weight during Sober October, which has almost gotten me into my personal sustainable target zone. Not so much from a vanity standpoint, but rather from I want to play beach volleyball with my daughters. I want to play tennis with my girlfriend. I want to live a lifestyle that enables me to be fit and healthy as long as I can. So I can go and do and execute the things that are most important to me. This brings me to my epiphany, or the central idea of this video. Finish the year strong. If I want to start next year strong and hit the ground running, then it's simply counterproductive to let myself go to the point where things are an uphill battle come January 1st. Thus, I researched best practices, jotted down a couple of things that have worked well for me in the past, and to make things easy, I've put together a short list of 3 actionable items that build on each other. Of course, I'll also include a list of resources that go along in the show notes, so you can finish your year strong and crush the new year. Number 1, a mindfulness practice. Spending time in the present moment, undistracted. The only asset we cannot get back in life is time. You can buy a car back. Yes, you can even buy a house back again after bankruptcy, but you cannot buy more time. The problem is, if we are constantly living in the past and worry about the future, we rob ourselves of valuable time we'll never get back. Living in the past makes you depressed because you're rehashing things over and over again you cannot change. Living only in the future makes you anxious, especially when you're expecting something unpleasant. Thus, being in the present moment is key. You'll have the greatest amount of control over your life by being in the present moment, and you'll feel most happy here and at ease. Thoughts drive your emotions. That's why I think having something like a mindfulness practice or starting something like a mindfulness practice is very helpful. It enabled me to observe my desire to eat and drink with the best of them after Sober October, only to realize that it's counterproductive to my goals and my long-term happiness. Instead, I completed my first 42-hour fast, which is a topic for another video if you're interested. But how can you bring more mindfulness into your life? 2 things. 1, journaling, specifically for gratitude, and meditating or being present for 5 or 10 minutes every day without any distractions. No cell phones, no TV, you get the gist. You could simply go on a walk outside without your phone. Want to learn more about the topic? Check out my video, My Morning Routine. In a nutshell, the biggest benefit of a mindfulness practice is that it helps you reduce negative emotions, think clearly, and be happier. Number 2, now that your mindset is right, consider decluttering your physical environment. I've always wondered why, especially in poorer neighborhoods, you see so many houses that have a ton of stuff that seems to have no purpose. Conversely, when you stroll down a more affluent neighborhood, oftentimes you see houses that have a clean yard, no junk, no clutter. Could it then be that organization and minimalism help us focus on what's essential and help us execute better? In turn, that helps you or us to thrive. Mahatma Gandhi supposedly owned less than 10 things when he passed away, and yet his legacy is bigger than ever. Not that I'm saying that only owning 10 things in our today's society is practical, but you get the point. More things don't mean more impact. On the contrary, many research studies have shown that clutter may lead to decreased focus, confusion, and depression. Conversely, an organized environment can lead to more productivity, reduce stress, and improve your mood. Of course, decluttering a whole house can be overwhelming, but just decluttering your desk and space of work or the space where you spend most time in your house can have a huge impact. Leo Babauta from Zen Habits has written a beautiful blog post on how to declutter and create a simple home without causing overwhelm. I'll link to it in my resource list as well. Now, once you have the right mindset, a clean place to do your best work, you need to review, plan, and get in motion. Number 3, most businesses have their employees do a review on an annual basis. Top athletes review past games to see how they can improve going forward. You might as well take a slice out of their playbook to crush your own goals. First of all, we often don't give ourselves enough credit for what we've accomplished in a year. So before we make a plan for the next year, it makes good sense to look over our major achievements and give ourselves a pat on the back. Just make a list of the 10 things you've accomplished that were most meaningful to you and savor your success. Next, make a simple plan of the 1 or 2 big things you want to tackle next year and put them on paper. I think writing down your goals is so important because life has a tendency to throw a lot of distractions at us. Worse, these distractions make us lose sight of what's truly important to us and our mission. It's ideal to couple the goal with a good system to support the goal, and I'll link to some resources for further clarification. I also created a video on goal setting which you can check out up here. I'll leave you with one last quote from the late Antoine Saint-Exupéry. A goal without a plan is just a wish. To recap briefly, we discussed 3 things that build on each other that you can use to finish your year strong and crush the new year. 1. A mindfulness practice, helping you get into the right mindset. 2. Decluttering your physical space so your mind can work at peace without distractions. And 3. Reviewing what you have already accomplished and setting goals with a system so you can progress toward the things that are most meaningful in your life. It was my goal to learn how to script, shoot, and edit videos and launch 12 of them this year. It's been an interesting journey, and I wanted to say I deeply appreciate each and every of you who has taken the time to watch, share, and comment on these videos. And give me your feedback, of course. As always, I'd be super interested to hear what you want to implement before the year's out. Share this video with one friend, and most importantly, take one small step to finish this year on your terms. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care, and I will see you on the flip side.